A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Nicole Rema. Thank you for joining us. Papua New Guinea's Finance Management Manual is a comprehensive 7-volume guide to how public money is managed across all government entities.
The government launched the Finance Manual series at a national ceremony held at the State Function Room today.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hooray! The fireworks happening on the other side.
The complete manual series represents a turning point for the country in how public funds are managed and introduces a modernized system.
The 7-volume guides our use of public money. It translates the requirement of Public Finance Management Act into practice.
The Finance Minister, Thomas Opa, explained the importance of the document.
In a nutshell, Parliament approves the national budget. When members of Parliament approves and vote for the Parliament to be approved, we vote to appropriate money for health, for education, for infrastructure, for law and order, and all the important sectors in our country. And this decision made on behalf of the people of Papua New Guinea. It says this is what we prioritize.
Papua New Guinea's struggle with transparency and accountability in the public sector is a well-documented and ongoing challenge. This manual will strengthen transparency and accountability in public finance management.
We do take a very important step in strengthening transparency, accountability and discipline in the management of our public monies. And we've come a long way.
Before releasing the official manual, the Prime Minister delivered his address.
The financial manual is part of a clockwork of activities we've been doing as a government to augment, if not amplify, prudency, good governance, and ensuring that every kina budgeted is spent, hitting the bull, so to speak.
The 7-volume manual covers PFM foundations, accountability and governance, public accounts, financial reporting, internal audit and controls, an elected members guide, and the Department of Treasury budget manual. It can be accessed on the Department of Finance website. Amanda Ilaitia, National EMTV News.
During Prime Minister James Marape's address at the Public Finance Management Manual launch, he highlighted an important recommendation and urged the Finance Minister to take note.
Mr. Minister, you started very well, Finance Minister. Now make sure your finance officials, the Section 32 officers, are not in business right across the country. I've seen enough finance officers owning hire cars, owning hotels or guest houses and a business. Whilst politicians get the blame, they hide behind the shade of administrative work. And these resources are equally not hitting the mark if the hands of those who administer in Section 32 are not properly guided.
The second Green Finance Summit commenced this morning with the aim to make green finance more tangible and workable in Papua New Guinea.
Officially opening the two-day summit, Governor for Bank of Papua New Guinea, Elizabeth Guinea, said discussions on the first summit centered on building frameworks, policy settings, partnerships and practical steps needed to integrate green finance into Papua New Guinea's financial system. This year, the conversation will move forward to implementation.
Frameworks matter, but practical action across the system matters even more. Our banks and financial institutions are not bystanders. The financial sector has a central role to play. You are the decision makers because you determine where capital flows, how risk is assessed, and who gets access to finance.
noting that globally sustainable investments is growing rapidly and international investors increasingly seeking favorable and transparent markets that are committed to sustainability. The Chief Secretary, Ivan Pomaleo, said Papua New Guinea must position itself to attract these investments.
We can no longer rely only on public funding to meet our development ambitions. We must also mobilize private capital into renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, clean transport, resilient infrastructure, and green SMEs. This is why the role of our financial institutions is so important.
The summit also saw the launching of green finance and an agreement signing between BPNG and French Development Bank on financing agreement for the Green Guarantee. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
Mineral Resources Authority aims to provide transparent, effective and accountable services following the swearing-in of its new National Procurement Commission committee members today.
Acting Managing Director of the MRA, Eric Correa, stated that while they aim to build confidence among the public and investors, they also look forward to working with the National Procurement Commission in a more transparent manner.
For us, accountability, transparency is very important. For us in the mining sector, we need to have that to give confidence to our investors, to our people, and to show our people back in the villages that, we are here to save your interest, not our own interest.
He highlighted the organization's vision.
Our vision going forward, one of our big vision going forward is to expand the geology that wave of the country. And in order for a state to assist our investors to go into investors and all the investments and all this, we need to expend money.
Mr. Correa further stated that MRA looks forward to working on the exploration to provide data to the investors.
We do it ourselves, we change the scenery. The whole scheme of things changed. It's the government that sells those information, and we negotiate what we want, and we get better at it.
While welcoming the MRA's committee members, NPC Legal Officer Wesley Dixon emphasized the NPC major project.
The electronic government procurement has gone out already last Friday. And is to take away the paperwork and the delays in procurement that we are facing under the new electronic government procurement system.
There are a total of 7 committee members. 4 were sworn in by the lawyer Barre Moll today, while others will be sworn in at a later date.
It's the devolve on me.
Fulfilling the duties that devolve on me
as an employee in the public service of.
Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
The opposition leader, James Nomane, has placed a spotlight on the recent scandal affecting the Papua New Guinea Defence Force, seeking clarity on the appointment of the permanent defence minister.
Mr. Nomane directed his questions to the Prime Minister,
who is currently the acting Defence Force Minister, and whether there will be, Mr. Deputy Speaker, an appointment of a permanent Defence Force Minister with respect to the very, very important role that the Defence Force plays with protecting the sovereignty of the country, its territories, and its participation in the up-and-coming national general election in 2027, Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Responding to his questions, Mr. Marape explained that he is the current acting Defence Minister.
Give him a straight answer. Prime Minister devolves ministerial powers to ministers of cabinet, and at any time the Prime Minister can assume the role by determination. Prime Minister, whether myself or the 7 Prime Ministers who came before me, are Minister of Ministers.
He gave an update on the investigation.
The process of investigation is running. Investigation is almost matured. I want to give appreciation to the senior Australian Defence Force high-ranking Brigadier General who's joined in the investigation. We're looking into the totality of what transpired at Mari Barracks.
Prime Minister Marape stated that the Papua New Guinea Defence Force is the sovereign identity of the country, noting that he expects to receive the investigation report by June and will make it public in Parliament. Aminda Ilaitia, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Chicken kebab for dinner. Yum.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Start your journey with Telecom. Stay online, informed, and in control from departure to destination. Maintain your connections wherever you are. Introducing Want to Travel eSIM, the all-in-one eSIM app available in over 150 countries. With instant activation, affordable no-contract data plans worldwide, high-speed internet, and multi-language support. Download Want to Travel eSIM app on your App Store for iPhone and Play Store for Android devices. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Hello, everyone.
Is everything all right?
Oh. Yes. Everything's all right. All right with Roots.
Make it right with Roots. Central Province is our home.
The tides of the Coral Sea are our heartbeat. From the coast to the mountains,
Traditions pass generation to generation.
the sea and our gardens sustain us.
Our songs carry our legends through time.
Our home is Central Province. Our nation is Papua New Guinea.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
EMTV brings to you a fresh new talk show program in 2026. Watch our exclusive interview with special guest, Honorable James Marape, Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, as we discuss government programs and projects since 2019. Walk by Talk, coming soon on EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. The National Cultural Commission and the Western Highlands Provincial Government have signed a Memorandum of Understanding today. This partnership aims to promote and preserve culture and heritage and the role of culture in sustainable development and identity. Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Belden Nama, said this MOU will expand the ministry's cultural research and documentation of traditional knowledge.
This MOU, we will be able to expand to and learn about Western Highlands Province, the cultures there, and then strengthen the provincial cultural center and build the capacity of cultural officers for your province.
Governor for Western Highlands Province, Wairapa, said the province
I want to speak on behalf of my members of parliament for the province, and myself as governor. We all want to work with you, because when when we promote tourism in the province, the whole province gets involved. You know, in schools and all that, we need to promote culture seriously. Culture is a very important identity for this country. And that identity is not long is going to disappear. And we will be like strangers in our own land. So the Culture and Tourism Ministry, Arts Ministry is an important ministry. Government will have to look at this ministry, and we will have to allocate funds, and we will really have to have this ministry alive.
The Office of the Solicitor General and State Solicitor's Office conducted a two-day Highlands Regional Client Outreach Program in Mount Hagen.
This outreach involved all heads of government agencies from the 7 islands provinces. The program targeted 5 key state departments and agencies, including provincial governments, the RPNGC, the Department of Works and Highways, provincial health authorities, and the correctional services, supported by the Australian government through the Australia-Papua New Guinea Law and Justice Partnership under the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Solicitor General of PNG, George Akia, explained the theme, Bridging the Gap, noting that his office has faced many challenges in the past years due to clients not working together. Mr. Akia expressed that historically this was due to a lack of partnership, collaboration, and clear instructions.
Historically, due to lack of partnership collaboration, which eventually led to lack of instruction, most of the claims, or the majority of the claims that are filed against the state, are not properly or adequately defended. That's why we have a lot of judgment entered against the state.
He said the program is designed to enable them to bridge that gap.
This client outreach is basically to bridge that gap and the challenge that we had with having instructions forthcoming to us to enable us to file appropriate defense and put up a good defense in terms of those allegations raised against state.
Mr. Akia further added that the islands region has recorded the highest number of claims against police in the past years.
Historically, Islands region is the one with the highest number of suits, especially coming from claims against police. A lot of police allegations of police raids, police brutality.
He stated that since his appointment last year, his office has observed a significant reduction in claims against the state in the islands.
Since my appointment last year in June, I've seen a big trend in terms of how claims against the state have really reduced, especially for claims against the police coming from the islands region.
Mr. Akia said the outcomes of this program will help build a stronger team working in partnership with clients going forward.
We want to achieve as an outcome of this is going forward will be a strong team that work in collaboration and in partnership in terms of pursuing the greater interest of the state.
Edward Luke, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
The Walk Across campaign for childhood cancer recently concluded its awareness tour in Alatau, Milne Bay province after reaching over 15 remote villages.
This awareness drive is a follow-up to the 2025 childhood cancer campaign, which was rolled out across the New Guinea Highlands region by youth advocate Melchizedek Nili in collaboration with Port Moresby General Hospital Childhood Cancer Unit. This year, Melchizedek was joined by a team of 2 elders and 2 youths as they walked by foot to Port Moresby from Halotau. They arrived in Port Moresby last week Friday.
We started
20 days ago at East Cape, tip of the country, mainland of the country. So we started the awareness. We did several churches. Every group at least every day of those 20 days, we see it to 200 to 200 people daily. Just making awareness.
Mr. Neely delivered awareness messages to the communities they visited throughout the walk.
Tell the rural population, especially because they're the ones who are not, they don't have direct access to such information. They don't have network for accessing information on social media or whatever media in the internet to know this information. So we prepare the information to them to educate.
He observed that for many community members, the awareness messages contain critical information they had never heard before.
Rural population, especially because they're the ones who are not, they don't have direct access to such information. They don't have network for accessing information on social media or whatever media in the internet to know this information. So we prepare the information to them to educate them on these health issues.
Noting this as an important health concern, the awareness intends to provide basic information on cancer to communities. Dr. Benjamin Daur from Childhood Cancer Ward at Port Moresby General Hospital stated that initiatives like this extends the reach to communities around the country.
Awareness out into the community, but also bring light onto the work that we do here. Pediatric cancer is a small department within the hospital that's often overlooked, and so by going out and walking throughout the whole country, what he's doing is bringing light to the work we're doing.
Benson Wema, National EMTV News.
Papua New Guinea Tribal Foundation President Gary Buston clarified the current legal landscape governing sorcery accusation-related violence in Papua New Guinea, following recent media commentary calling for a review of the repealed Sorcery Act. He said based on their extensive experience on the work, sorcery violence in the country have shown that the country lacks a specific legal framework to address these issues is inaccurate. The foundation was instrumental in advocating for and bringing to life the specific legislative amendments designed to target the root causes of sorcery accusation-related violence, most notably the laws regulating and criminalizing glassman or glassmary practices. Under the current legal framework, the PNG Tribal Foundation noted that it is a strict criminal offense for anyone to practice as a glassman, to falsely point out or accuse an individual of practicing sorcery or to instigate community violence based on accusation. Mr. Buston explained that when the Sorcery Act 1971 was repealed in 2013, it was replaced by decisive amendments to the Criminal Code. To date, violence or murder fueled by sorcery accusations is treated strictly as willful murder and a violation of the recently updated Criminal Code relating to accusations of sorcery. Mr. Buston highlighted that the foundation see firsthand of the devastation that sorcery accusations bring to families, particularly vulnerable women and children. He said the challenge in Papua New Guinea is not a lack of laws, but the implementation and enforcement of the existing legal tools. Now we take a look at the Nest Fund Market Report. The Kina closed lower at $0.2293 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your Kina was buying $0.2218, 0.3057 Australian dollars, 0.1826 euro, and 35.8 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, palm oil closed higher, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed higher. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower. The ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Announcing the Skill-Rise School Competition 2026! With monthly prizes of GFI products, student project fees, and a major prize of 25,000 cleanup building project funding, you can make a difference! Here's how you can enter. Just buy any 1 kg medium grain or soft and sweet Scout rice and give your child a drop into the entry box provided in selected schools to win! Terms and conditions apply. Scout Rice, and by you like it.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's OneTalk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's OneTalk Wallet. PSP's OneTalk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
EMTV is proud to announce that we are now offering tower rental spaces on the tallest tower in NCD and Central Province. Our new 80 meters television broadcasting tower proudly boasts an improved structure durability. It is versatile and suitable for various communications and broadcasting needs. It has a high internal load capacity, supporting multiple antennas and technologies simultaneously. This is your opportunity to optimize your transmission signal for wider coverage and extended reach. For co-location information, call 7723-3484 or email engineering@mtv.com.pg. MTV, your number one to watch.
You're watching National MTV News. Moving to overseas news now. Iran is accusing the U.S. of breaching the fragile ceasefire between the two countries, and this morning there was a retaliation after strike by American military in the country's south.
The fresh strikes by the United States have put further pressure on the negotiations with Iran to end the war, which has crippled the Middle East for the last 3 months. It's also highlighted just how precarious that truce between the two countries is. In the hours after those attacks, a new statement was released by the reclusive leader of Iran, Mojtaba Khamenei, written and delivered to state media to be read out and broadcast live across the nation. In his latest missive, Khamenei was saying that in future the Gulf states won't be allowed to act as shields for American bases in the region, adding that US forces won't be safe anywhere across the Middle East. Now, while both sides seem to be talking up the prospect of progress in those talks, despite key sticking points remaining, there is also a significant level of distrust between Iran and the US. And the Iranian government is seizing on these latest strikes by the United States as evidence of why it's taking a cautious approach.
It is not the first time we are witnessing these contradictions. In fact, one of the problems in our negotiations is these inconsistencies and contradictions in their behaviour. This is not a new issue.
The other issue here is Lebanon and demands from Iran that fighting there stop as part of any agreement, and pressure from Israel that it be allowed to continue. There have been more Israeli strikes in the last 24 hours, attacks driving further into southern Lebanon, into places such as the city of Nabatea and beyond into the Bekaa Valley, fueling fears it'll get worse before it gets better. Benjamin Netanyahu held a security briefing with his defence minister and the chief of the IDF on the situation overnight, and Israeli media is reporting more reserves have been called up for duty. There are a few factors at play here. First, the suggestion from many analysts that Israel is trying to pressure the United States to carve Lebanon out of any deal with Iran. But secondly, there has been a surge in Hezbollah drone attacks against Israeli soldiers and communities in the north of the country in recent days. These drones have slipped through Israel's sophisticated air defence systems because they're controlled through fibre optic cables as opposed to being controlled remotely, and they cannot therefore be jammed. We're hearing that Israeli forces have pushed further into Lebanon beyond the territory it seized and occupied during its invasion of the country in March.
Australian government says it is closely monitoring Russians' latest threats against lives to ensure the safety of staff at the embassy in Russia.
It's been a difficult time for the people of Kyiv. Moscow has been hitting the city particularly hard in the last few days. At least 6 people have been killed, more than 100 others injured. And it's thought to be retaliation for a strike on a school dormitory in the Russian-occupied Luhansk region on Friday, which killed 21 people, mostly young female students. The Russian Foreign Ministry, though, has come out with an additional threat, saying that it is poised to launch a fresh wave of systematic strikes against Kyiv and has called for foreign nationals and diplomats to evacuate the city, and has also warned citizens to stay away from administrative and military buildings. We've spoken to the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade. They have told us that they are closely monitoring the situation to ensure the safety of their staff inside the Australian embassy in Kyiv. That only reopened in December of 2024, but we've had no indication that they're planning to evacuate or scale down that presence. The EU says it also isn't planning to withdraw any of its diplomats. That sparked a serious threat from Dmitry Medvedev, who is the deputy chair of Russia's Security Council. He posted on X saying that if the EU maintains their presence there as unchanged, well, apparently they've got diplomats to spare and they need to trim the headcount, he said. On Monday night, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov phoned his US counterpart Marco Rubio and urged him to evacuate American diplomats at the embassy in Kyiv. We haven't heard from him today, but Dmitry Peskov, who is a Kremlin spokesperson, has. Let's take a listen.
The Russian Foreign Ministry's warning of strikes on Kyiv says that these strikes will be systematic. Does this mean they will happen daily or repeat on a certain frequency? Can you share these details with us?
Well, systematic doesn't mean periodic. These are not the same thing. In fact, the Foreign Ministry statement contains comprehensive information.
Many are interpreting the Russian threat as a form of psychological warfare, but the truth of it is that Moscow has carried out large-scale attacks on Kyiv since it invaded in February of 2022. Ukraine has responded. It has developed sophisticated air defences, but just last month, the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that it could run low on those types of weapons because of America's war in Iran.
Australian Federal Police says 6 women and children with links to Islamic State group who returned from Syria remain under investigation, but none have been arrested or charged.
We don't know exactly where these women and children spent their first night back in Australia, but we do know that both state and federal police are keeping a very close eye on them as investigations continue into all of the Australians who left for Syria and are now back home. We are still piecing together some of these women's stories and trying to work out why exactly they did leave. We know that with the group that arrived back in Melbourne, there was a woman named Kirsty Ross Emile, whose sister actually spoke to the ABC earlier this year and said that Kirsty was groomed at the age of about 14 by a man she met in Australia, a much older man from Morocco who was born in Morocco and living in Australia. And he eventually became an Islamic State fighter after meeting Kirsty and then lured her into the war zone, her sister has said. Now, Kirsty spent many years at the notorious Al-Raj camp along with these other women and children, and that is a camp that has been where a lot of family and relatives of Islamic State fighters have been stuck, fighters who've been killed and captured in the conflict. So they've been stuck there, and so these women have arrived back home from that place that is known for having quite inhumane conditions. The AFP also says that there is one woman who is still at that camp, and she was deemed by intelligence agencies as too high of a risk for national security. So there is a temporary exclusion order on her, and so she hasn't been allowed back into the country. Her child is there who's allowed back, but the child has chosen to stay with their parent.
Janishi, what has the government said about these women and children?
I mean, this presents quite a diplomatic pickle for political leaders, and there have been quite a lot of discussions over the last 24 hours with political leaders from all sides. Some concerned about the risk that these women pose for the community, given some of them made an active choice, they say, in choosing to be connected to a known terror group, while others are more concerned about the future and welfare of the children who really had no choice in being a part of any of this and or being born in a conflict like that. And the federal government, the Albanese government, has been quite adamant, though, that it has not offered any financial support to these women, that it did not help them come back, and that they made a horrific choice, actually, in choosing to go over there, and a choice that came with devastating cost to their children. Here's what Minister Claire O'Neill said to ABC News Breakfast this morning.
We did not want these people to return to Australia. They made a decision to join a death cult, which had as its primary aim the destruction of our way of life in this country, and they do need to be accountable for that. That being said, our national security agencies, as you mentioned, have been observing this group for a very long period of time, in fact, well before they ever, thought to return to Australia. And I do have a lot of confidence in our national security agencies.
So at this point, we'll just have to wait and see what comes out of the ongoing investigations into all of the Australians that left for Syria and are now trying to make it work back home.
National MTV News continues after the break with Rukai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
40 years ago, Dated PNG began with a vision to connect Papua New Guinea through technology.
Today, we celebrate 40 years of innovation, service, and partnership.
From humble beginnings to becoming a trusted leader in ICT, our journey has been powered by our people, our clients, and our community.
As we honor the past, we look forward to shaping the future together.
Happy 40th anniversary, Dated PNG.
Hello, everyone.
everything alright?
Oh. Yes. Everything's alright. Alright with Roots.
Make it right with Roots.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Sport is one thing that can give kids direction and keep us out of troubles.
Sport is more than just a game. It's passion, it's pride, it's community. Every week we bring you highlights, the heat and the heart of the game.
Very special representing our country.
Big plays, big personalities and big moments. If it's making headlines and it's making history, it's on Sports Scene. Thursdays at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The race for final spots in the 2026 Port Moresby Corporate Volleyball Competition is intensifying as teams battle for top 8 positions during round 14 action at Taroma Aquatic Indoor Centre.
The competition chairman, Nugadik, says the competition has become competitive in the recent years, with clubs pushing hard for the top 8 position and a minor premiership honor. He says every round carries finals intensity as teams continues to producing strong performances and unexpected results. The chairman highlighted several major upsets in the recent matches, which have caused significant ladder movements and increased pressure on the teams sitting outside the top 8. He added that the momentum is building for a number of sides currently making late season changes towards the finals. With only a few rounds remaining before the final series, clubs are now entering must-win territory where every set and every point could decide their season. Fans have also continued turning up in numbers to support their teams during exciting weekends of volleyball fixtures. Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
The NCD Junior Rugby League competition has received official approval from the NCD Division of Education, allowing schools across the capital city to participate in the 2026 Junior League season.
The chairman of the National Capital District Junior Rugby League, Joel Talman, says the National Capital District Division of Education has officially approved the participation of National Capital District schools in the 2026 Junior Rugby League competition. Talman says as of April 30, 2026, the District Education Board approved the request for schools within the National Capital District to take part in the new season. He says the approval highlights the importance of sports development while maintaining education standards for students throughout the competition. He says the approval highlights the importance of sports development while maintaining education standards for students throughout the competition. Talman added that the Education Board granted approval under several important conditions for all participating schools and students. Under the academic priority conditions, all league schedule must not interfere with normal classes, lessons, or examination periods during the school year. He says student safety also remains a priority with NCDC Junior Rugby League competition. Meanwhile, parental consent forms will be compulsory for all students before taking part in the competition. The 2026 National Capital District Junior Rugby League season is expected to involve schools from across the capital city. Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Chicken kebab saja nak? Yang.
Beef stir fry.
Chicken curry, my favorite.
Kebabs for you.
Yum.
Stir fry for you. And chicken curry for us.
Magic in every meal, one cube at a time.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSB's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with BSB's One Talk Wallet. BSB's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
EasyPay with Telecom. Simply top up and purchase EasyPay from your phone. Here's how to buy. Dial *775#, enter the meter number, enter the amount, press 1 to confirm, and receive SMS with voucher and transaction reference number. Great value and PNG owned, sure feels good. Drop in to your nearest Telecom store or kiosk to top up and buy EasyPay. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
The real opportunity for UPNG is our online education. We can take education to the rest of Papua New Guinea.
Join us Monday night at 7 as we hold discussions with the Vice Chancellor of the University of Papua New Guinea, Professor Ian Finley.
Where do you see UPNG in 10 years' time?
In 10 years' time, UPNG will be the Harvard of the Pacific.
That's on Monday night.
Hello, everyone.
Is everything all right?
Oh. Yes. Everything's all right. All right with Roots.
Make it right with Roots.
You're watching True Kai Sports. The Papua New Guinea Football Association, in partnership with the Alatau Soccer Association, successfully delivered a series of football technical development programs in Alatau from the 20th to 23rd May 2026.
The 4-day program concluded the OFC Youth Coaching Certificate course from the 28th to the 22nd May, followed by a football festival on the 23rd May, aimed at promoting grassroots and youth development in the province. A total of 39 participants comprising of 35 males and 4 females took part in the coaching course facilitated by Harrison Komake and David Muta, while the football festival was facilitated by Stephen Mune. The opening and closing ceremonies were officiated by the member for Alatau Ricky Morris and witnessed by Alatau Soccer Association President Ivan Livanai, members of the Alatau Soccer Association Executive, Pesi Matayo, and PNG Football Association Acting Technical Director Paul Isarua. In their remarks, both Morris and Livanai welcomed the initiative and acknowledged the significance of the program being the first football technical development program hosted in Alatau. They also extended their appreciation to PNG Football Association President John Capinato, the General Secretary Amjad Tekwi for supporting the revival of football in Alatau and the wider Milimbe province. The timing of the program was particularly significant as Alatau Soccer Association continues its first year of football activities following its acceptance as the full member association of PNG Football Association in 2025. The province is also represented by Kula FC, currently entering its second year in the PNG Football Association's Premier Soccer League competition. PNG Football Association Acting Technical Director Paul Isarua encouraged participants to remain actively involved in coaching, emphasizing that continuous involvement and experience are essential for coaches to grow and develop. He further encouraged Alatau Soccer Association to work closely with the schools and communities to establish active grassroots and youth football competition for under 12, under 14 and under 16 age groups. Charlie Dumavi, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hello, everyone.
Is everything alright?
Oh. Yes. Everything's alright. Alright with Roots.
Make it right with Roots.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
Years ago, Dated PNG began with a vision to connect Papua New Guinea through technology.
Today, we celebrate 40 years of innovation, service, and partnership.
From humble beginnings to becoming a trusted leader in ICT, our journey has been powered by our people, our clients, and our community.
As we honor the past, we look forward to shaping the future together.
Happy 40th anniversary, Dated PNG.
Hi everyone, I am Anita and you are watching Kids Corner on MTV. The show just for you little adventurers. Get ready for awesome games, fun facts, special guests, loads of love, and not to forget our dress teams for each month. Whether you love to sing, dance, learn new things, or just have a great time, Kids Corner is the place to be. Catch Kids Corner only on MTV.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Morning Plus, with you always.
The Morning Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy. Daru, cloudy periods with few showers. Kerema, partly cloudy with few afternoon to evening showers. Alatau, partly cloudy. Popondetta, partly cloudy. In the Momasi region, Lae City, partly cloudy with few showers tonight. Madang, cloudy periods with few showers tonight. Wewak, cloudy periods with occasional showers and thunderstorms tonight. And Vanimo, cloudy periods with occasional showers and thunderstorms tonight. In the New Guinea Highlands region, Lorengau, cloudy periods with occasional showers tonight. Kavieng, cloudy periods with occasional showers tonight. Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy periods with occasional showers tonight. Kimbe, partly cloudy. And Buka, cloudy periods with few showers tonight. In the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy periods with possible afternoon to evening rain showers and thunderstorms. Goroka Barnes and Kundiawa, cloudy periods with possible afternoon to evening rain showers and thunderstorms. and Mendi, Tari and Wabek. Cloudy periods with possible afternoon to evening rain showers and thunderstorms. In the coastal water forecast, waters of southern PNG, Indonesia border to Daru to Kiwai Island, to Kerama to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samarai Island, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of west of Cape Vogel to Owen Gulf to Finchefan, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Waters of Finchefan through Vita Strait to Siasia to Long Island to Madang, seas 1.5 to 2 meters. Waters of west of Madang to Wewak to Vanimo on northern PNG to Indonesia border, seas 1.5 to 2 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.3 to 1.3 meters. Waters of New Island, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of New Britain and Bougainville, seas 1.5 to 2 meters. In the ocean forecast, Coral Sea, sea slight southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. In the Solomon Sea, sea slight to moderate southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. In the Bismarck Sea, seas moderate east to southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots. And in the Pacific Ocean, seas smooth to slight easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 27th of May, 2026. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.